Hello, welcome back. If you're new here, my name's Jody and I share content about intentional living, motherhood, homeschooling, all kinds of fun stuff. Thanks so much for listening in. So for today's video, I'm going to be giving you an update as to how week 3 of my 2024 life reset went, as well as a look forward to what I'm going to be doing in week 4. I'm also going to be sharing with you a time management strategy that I find to be very helpful. And also just to let you know, if you're new here, this video is part of a series of videos that I'm doing the entire month of January. So head on over to my introduction video, I'll link it here for you, and then listen as well to updates for week 1 and 2, and then come on back. So without further ado, let's begin with week 3 update. So the main focus of week 3 really was to continue working on those daily habits and practices, really to ensure they become part of my daily routine, and as well to re-implement some of my weekly habits and practices. So with respect to daily habits and practices, these went really well. I continued with my daily body movement. I did have to take some of that indoors because it got quite cold here last week, but I was able to continue with that, which was great, as well as the daily reset at the end of the day. That went really well. And also just my morning routine, getting up and getting a breath of fresh air first thing, doing my skincare routine, and all of those items. So if you're looking for more information about all of that, head back on over to my update from week 1 and my update from week 2, where I talk about those in a little bit more detail. One habit that I struggled with re-implementing last week was getting up before the kids. And I'm pleased to say that last week that actually went really well. I think there were 2 days that it didn't happen, but otherwise I got up at least an hour ahead of the kids, and I spent some time, just morning habits that I like to engage in. And so that went really well. As for the weekly habits that I was trying to re-implement last week, we had mixed success. So one that was very successful was my weekly reset, which involves really ensuring that the miscellaneous items that haven't been rehomed go back to their home. The floors are all getting cleaned. Any miscellaneous laundry is getting put away. Often it will involve a deeper clean of one of the areas. And I find it just really helps when we go into a new week with everything freshly put away, all our spaces are organized. And so that was one that went really well this past week. What we struggled with was the meal planning stuff. So we were able to get meal plans created, but one thing we were trying to implement was more meal prep time. So taking pockets of time throughout the week where we do more prep for the meals and snacks so that we're in less of a scramble at those times. However, it didn't go so great. This one, as I mentioned in last week's video, is new to us. This is not something that we have done previously and are just trying to roll into our rhythm, and it's proving to be a little bit difficult. If this is something you do and you have tips or tricks on how you make it work, please drop them below. I would love all the information that you have on this one. But in any event, we're going to carry that forward into this week, and we're going to try to keep working on that and see if we can't get that one sorted out. So I'll provide another update on that one in my video next week. So that's really the update for week 3. Now we're going to take a quick look forward to week 4 and what's coming up this week. So this upcoming week, I'm going to continue working on those daily habits, as well as the weekly practices that were successful thus far. Anything that still needs tweaking and work is going to get focused on. And as well, I'm going to be doing some tidying up. So the goal really of week 4 is just to kind of deal with the miscellaneous things, the things that perhaps fall to the wayside and get ignored a little bit more regularly. This may look different for everybody. For me, I'm going to be doing a digital cleanse. So I'm going to be dealing with getting things transferred off my phone to my computer, and then from my computer to this giant external hard drive. So I'm going to be taking care of that. I'm also going to be doing some cleanup of my other digital spaces. So email accounts, social media accounts, all those sorts of things that just need a little bit of tidying up. Another focus of this upcoming week is going to be dealing with those miscellaneous administrative tasks that I have the tendency to keep pushing down the road. This is something I'm going to spread out over the course of the week. So I feel like I'm going to have more chances at success by doing it that way than trying to just jam it all into an afternoon or a day. So that's really the look forward for week 4, continuing with those daily habits and practices as well as the weekly ones, and then doing some sort of miscellaneous tidy up things. On that note, the next thing I want to share with you today is a time management strategy that I learned actually in my career that I've been able to apply in my personal life that I find makes a really big difference, in hopes that it may be helpful for you as well. So for those that don't know, I am a lawyer, and as a lawyer, I am held very accountable to how I spend my time. We actually have to keep track of every 6 minutes of our time. It's called docketing, and it can get very difficult to keep track of my dockets when I start hopping between tasks. So something that I do for work is I will block or chunk my time. So for an hour, I'm working on this particular project. I don't answer emails or start looking at other files or anything during that time. And then when I'm done that, I may have blocked off half an hour or something to answer emails at that point. And then after that, I move on to another block of time that I'm working on something different. So for work purposes, I do implement this in a pretty stringent manner. However, it doesn't work so successfully for us anyhow to be applied in such a strict way in our home life, largely because we tend to lead our lives more in a rhythmic manner. So for instance, I may have a homeschool lesson planned that I anticipate is going to take about an hour and a half, but maybe it takes longer. I don't block that time at an hour and a half and then just shut things down at that point. We take as long as we take, and then we move on to the next activity. So there is a rhythm to our day rather than a schedule. But what I will do is select blocks of time throughout the course of the day to do other tasks. So this has been something that's been very helpful in the context of balancing homeschooling and working. But even beyond that, we will have our time that we're doing our homeschool lesson, and then I may know that when that's done, I have a block of time, be it 20, 30 minutes, whatever, that I'm doing another task. And because I've sort of blocked it for after homeschool lesson and not necessarily at a particular time, it provides me with some flexibility as to when I begin and end it, but it also ensures that it's there and scheduled to some degree. So this strategy has been really helpful to us because rather than just saying, today I want to do X, we can allocate an approximate time during which we're going to do X and block that time off, and then it's more likely to get done. Otherwise, if you just pop it on your to-do list and say you want to do it today, you reach the end of the day and it's not done. And that's really it. I hope that that time management tip is helpful to you and you're able to implement it into your own life and that it serves you well. And that's it for today, friends. If you want to follow along on my Instagram account, I'm sharing lots of things in my stories about the different activities that we're doing each day in connection with my 2024 life reset. And if you want to join, it's never too late. Head on over to my blog, hit that subscribe button. I can send you the checklists that we've done so far. There's no need to have started this at the beginning of January. And that's it for today. I'll be back next week with the final update about how week 4 of my 2024 life reset has gone. Thanks so much for listening today. Bye.